Johnson and Missy in the circle, and it'll be Pelicans on the opening possession of the ball game.
So it is a very important property to this game.
Here's out top. Reeves playing with his foot, and it pays off.
The Pelicans moving forward.
Sissoko got stripped, got it back. Henson for three. Young Henson.
Example of that early in the game.
Beers with a wild shot was looking for a call. Rupert on the break. Bouknight to the rim. Got the layup. James Bouknight on the board. Sissoko. Back out. Rupert for three.
He said he's not even really worried about the turnovers, which have been a part of his first two games. He said, I don't worry about the turnovers at all because passing is such a big part of his game. He's big, he's young, he has the ball in his hands.
Yi Jianlin and Yao Ming back in the mid-2000s, a regular season game, okay? Folks, listen to this as Spears slams it home. It dwarfed Super Bowl numbers. That's the impact of basketball in China.
Was an early entry into the NBA draft and still trying to find his footing, but has had significant time in his team.
Yeah.
With the second dunk.
Couple of dunks. Caleb Love drives the closeout. Nice dive inside. And the reverse good. Pristine ball movement.
New Orleans to Zion's right. Troy Weaver, the general manager. So, remember we were talking about DJ Carter's athleticism?
Shootmate to Queen. Queen working on Henson. Big time. Lefty hook. Pass on the baseline to Reeves. Queen, little hezzy against Henson, and got the N1, put Henson in the weight room on there.
But that's really the biggest key for Derek Queen is watching him compete on the defensive end of the floor. I believe that's where many people feel that the league could be a struggle for him as he finds Chase Hunter in the corner.
Tween, cross. Queen, mixtape time by Derek Queen. Queen on the baseline against Sissoko. Gonna try and walk the shorter man down. Nice fadeaway, Derek Queen.
You can tell how valuable he was to the Pelicans organization. They made a trade and gave up an unprotected first-round pick as City Sissoko knocks down the three ball until he was injured this year.
Right.
But his ability to shoot the basketball as well as Jordan Poole playing around Zion could be extremely important.
Peavy with the slam. Another good defensive play. Adding mid-range play and being a better creator at his own shot.
Absolutely.
Being able to get his own.
And you know he's walking, so by the way, you guy.
I was sitting on that fastball.
That comes more on the defensive end of the floor. And so for Jeremiah Fears to be great, he's going to have to start with what he does defensively. As you mentioned, it's easy to tell what he can do offensively.
Is a member of the Golden State Falcons, and she was a basketball prodigy growing up in France, which her brother had become a little bit more known in the game. And in transition, the Pelicans with the lane.
And coming over to help out Derek Queen after Hunter that won the battle to get to his spot.
Love.
Last year, especially on a national stage, but I believe there will be much more moving forward for them. I think they've now made that push to.
And Fears brings it across against Padula. Fears got to the rim. Man, he's got a burst of speed, too. Missy inside. Sweet left-handed finish by Yves Missy.
He talked about wanting to be one of the top point guards of all time.
Point means passing, too, right?
How good do you have to be at something to have it actually named after you? Yeah. I mean, and it's happening. And you would know it's coming, but you couldn't do anything about it.
Off the elbow. Brooks got a little food on the perimeter here. Drives it and scores it and one. Drives it on Quinones. One more to Love, never made it. Great anticipation by Brooks and some room service. He continues to build with these young players and a sprinkled in mix of veterans. That jumper off the mark. And nobody locked the door at the other end. Same one that Tony Parker played for before coming over to the Spurs. Rupert, speaking of France, laces that one. Hunter lines up the seams on it and left it short. Brooks inside with a little muscle, and the offensive putback makes it a 4-point lead for the Pelicans. He's got 11. Carton with the reverse. Nice step through. Quinones. Up and down we go.
After a score, no one stopped.
Jeremiah down by as many as 13. You guys have put together quite the comeback. What adjustments did you make?
Really just continuing to go out there and play together. We had to talk between ourselves and amongst ourselves, and I think we did a great job of just continuing to play together and rallying back. Individually,
what have you liked about your game?
Really just continuing to stay poised. I had a couple early turnovers, but never letting one play dictate the whole game.
Okay, so thank you, Vanessa. On a scale of Hansen.
And he's going to get coached up by Willie Green as to how he goes about picking his spots better to eliminate those turnovers.
6 out of 10. I'm glad you weren't marking my papers in the spin.
He's one of my guys. So once again, you know, he knows I'm going to grade him with a much more difficult scale than many others will.
Hansen laces another 3-ball. Chance for the Blazers to tie the game up here. Love touches paint. Hansen with a nice screen for the layup. It's the sun, but Caitlin Clark having a tough time shooting the basketball of late. Love not having a tough time lacing the 3-ball. Misi with the board. And the push up to Shoemaker. Crosses on Love. Elevates and detonates. Love back at you the other way. Got it partially blocked. 2-on-1. Hugger got the roll.
You want to talk about toughness. A.J. Hogarth with it, I believe it's Class A and Class B. Is that the two terminology? Is that the terminology? I might get right on that. But one of them that I would assume injection.
Now you're putting a lot on the plate.
We absolutely have to. We got to talk to Monty. We got to find out. I just don't know as to why Hogarth goes to Hogarth ejection. But back-to-back threes for the Trailblazers.
Quinones, great defense by Love. Nice rip through and bucket off glass on the cross. Around the world, got peeled clean. 3-on-2. On the break, and the lay is good. Portland up by 5.
Communicating great. It looked like they were cooking something up, and I thought it was interesting because of what Chauncey Billups said to you guys about your communication.
Trying to turn the corner on Quinones. On the cross, spins, fires. Man, he took out his do-it-yourself kit.
Might not always be there when you call, but he's always on time. That's been his motto. Makes big shots.
16, 12, and 5 for Caleb Love. The putback is good. And 1 for Derek Queen. Reeves got to the rim. Got his putback to go. It's a 5-point game.
They lost to Kansas when he was at North Carolina. He would be in someone's NBA rotation right now. And again, there's many testaments to guys who have stayed for 5 years.
Number 1 pick in the first round for the Pelicans, 7th overall. Ejected in the second half, and that'll do it. The Portland Trail Blazers win it 93-87, improving to 2-1.